Hello and welcome to Big Numismatics. I've been away for a bit, not very consistent, and hopefully that changes. I have some new video ideas, and if you guys would like me to comment on anything happening, please let me know in the comments. Today I have a nice video. I recently sent out an NGC submission. This was regular, or standard, as NGC calls it. This was $36 a coin to grade, and I sent it in early September, just got it back, so it's about 1 month turnaround time. Very pleased with how fast it took and the overall quality. There were no coins that were not sealed up, and without further ado, let's get to the coins. So this coin was Jefferson Nickel, silver, 1942S. It was in a PCGS MS66 holder. This was a newer holder from PCGS, graded within probably the last year or 2 years. Now this coin, the reverse is not entirely blast white, which is unfortunate. I'd like to see, you know, just nice war nickel color. But there's a nice cameo on the obverse. Great luster. And guess the grades in the comments before I reveal them. So this came back a 66 star. This is what I was going for. Definitely not a 67. However, I thought the PL nature of the obverse and reverse would give it that star. Not sure entirely how much this is worth, but more than just the plain old 66. This next coin is a Roosevelt dime. I really love this coin. I love the color. The luster is great, even for 1957. I got this reverse up just because of the color. And a lot of times you'll see, sometimes on the face of Roosevelt, it kind of loses the big luster cartwheel. This is not the case with this coin. This coin was a huge contention between me and my friend. I purchased it from him originally, and it was in a 66 holder, and unfortunately it is still in an MS66 holder. So I wasn't going to resell this. This wasn't like an upgrade for monetary gain. I just wanted to add it to my PCGS registry set if it upgraded and I could cross it over. This coin I bought raw in Colorado Springs. This is a proof Indian head cent, 1897, with an obverse cameo. That's the reason I was drawn to this coin. Cameos on most Indian head cents are hard to get, unfortunately. The reverse is not cameoed. And there's a little bipe on the reverse. Obverse is nice. I bought this as a 64 and thought it was a 64. And it came back 64 red-brown. So pleased with the result. That's what I wanted. And very nice obverse. Next is another raw coin I submitted. This is a 45S Micro S. You can see the small mint mark as to oppose to the trumpet S, as they call it. So I bought this raw on an eBay auction for about $100. From the pictures, I guessed MS67. And then I got it in hand, and hopefully you guys can see, but right there on the cheek. I thought took that down to a 6. And it did come back a 66. So overall, I was very pleased with this entire submission. I went 8 for 11 on the grades I thought they would come back. So decent, not my best work, but definitely still respectable. Bit bummed out on the Roosevelt dime. So this is a 40S. It's not proof-like, as you see many are. Reverse does have some die polish, but overall, not a huge deal. I'm not entirely sure why I sent this in. This was just a raw coin. It's only like $100 coin. 66 full bands, which is the right grade for it. So next, the rest are all crackouts. So this was in a 67 NGC fatty holder. Purchased it for $60. This was the coin I was most worried about downgrading. So the reason I purchased this is because the fatties, NGC, during the time period that those were produced, they did not recognize full steps. So that's why I purchased this coin. You can see nice clear steps, great luster. Now seeing it again, I do think it's a really nice 7. Definitely not an upgrade, but so it came back 67 5 full steps. For NGC, they designate between 5 and 6 full steps, while PCGS just does full steps across the board, whether it's 5 or 6. So Gray Sheet is $300 for this coin, so a good upgrade. I'm pleased with the result. This next coin I purchased raw many years ago, and this was part of my first PCGS submission. So unfortunately, I purchased it as a 65 way long time ago, and I was confident it was 65 and got residue unk detail. So after it sitting in an album for quite a long time, it toned up pretty nicely, I will say. Weight Raymond. I decided to give it a go and remove the residue with some acetone. Really nice tone, honestly. Nice wood grain on the reverse, and I would send it in again. So finally, it came back a 65. This is nice to see, you know, just because a coin is in a details holder, as long as you know what the exact detail is, you'll see how you can change it through a little conservation and eventually get it into the holder it deserves. This was a fun one. So this was in a 1944S 66 full bands. As you can tell from the obverse, this is fully proof-like on that side. Great mirrors. This is usually what you see the 40S's look like, so it's a bit uncommon to see in 44 and 45. Unfortunately, the reverse does not have the same mirrors. So we're not looking at a PL, we are looking at a star. And on top of that, I also thought it was a great candidate for an upgrade. There's a big jump between 6 and 7. And was happy when it came back. 67 star, full bands. Great looking coin there. Next is a Franklin half. This was, as you can see, in an OGH MS65. So when I saw this coin online, And the first thing that got me was the immense luster. Not uncommon for the early San Francisco mints. The color is decent. You can see around Liberty, you can see the colors, but overall it's just got like a speckled mint set look to it. So we're not looking into the 7 territory, unfortunately. Great luster though, I will say. I find the toning attractive. Not everyone finds this speckled look. So it was a nice coin to upgrade into a 6. Not a huge price difference, honestly, between a PC5 and an NGC 6. But this was more of a, test your skill kind of coin to submit. Next was this Ohio State Coin Show find, MS67. I really loved the surfaces. Very clean, great luster, no spots. And the reverse is proof-like. Got a nice cameo going and mirrored fields. It's not on the obverse, so I didn't necessarily think they would star it. But I was bummed when it only came back a 7. This is something I'd like to see in a 7+ or an 8 on a really good day. I just really like this coin. Probably going to stay in my personal. And last but not least, this Buffalo nickel was in a PCGS MS66. The luster is just booming. You really don't see this very often with Buffalo nickels. In terms of contact marks, I mean, there's hardly any. A bit weak right here, but not uncommon for 1936s, and I thought the luster would push it over to a 6+ or a 7. It's also, I mean, almost the proof-like look on that. Very disappointed when I came back 5. So this is definitely a personal coin, or I might resubmit to PCGS. I was really hoping this would upgrade. Super nice coin. Man. So overall, did pretty well. These coins here were the downgrades and stay the sames. No upgrades here. This one, no, I might see a 6. But typically with that sort of luster on both sides, I'd like to see that in a higher grade. Same thing with the Buffalo, and steel cents are just really hard to get anything in 7+ and 8. So not surprised, but still not satisfied with myself. And the rest were all upgrades or raw to decent grades. Overall, I think the biggest price difference is the Mercury dime. This is, I think, like a $250 coin without the star, and there's really no comps, so it'll be interesting what that will go for. And a coin I've had raw for many years finally gets its due. So let me know what you guys thought of the submission. What coins did you like, and how well you did sort of grading through them as I went along. If you made it this far in the video, please like and subscribe. Thank you very much, and I hope you have a great day.